So myself, Stalin Lakshmikantan, I'll be the presenter for this webinar for the next 45 minutes. So I represent Swedish Semi Steel Private Limited, taking care of sales and marketing activities of our product Tulox for the past 5 years. I am from a mechanical engineering background and has 10 years of experience in sales and marketing. Through this webinar, we'll share whatever we have learned about this product for many years. And also we'd like to share from all the participants your feedback on the same at the end of the seminar. So the topic for this webinar, as we had already said, Tulox. The product Tulox, a pre-hardened tool steel for reducing your manufacturing time of tools. To give you a brief summary of what's in store in this seminar. So we'll run through about our company, both Swedish Semi Steel as well as SSAB, and how the metal is produced, what and all stringent measures being taken to produce the material, various Tulox machining parameters, and how exactly it is going to save time. I think which is what everybody gathered here is eager to listen. We'll also run through a comparative study between Tulox and other conventional steel grades. And we'll also have interesting case studies, both from across the globe as well as inside the country. So let's start with our webinar. So as I said, I am from Swedish Semi Steel. My name is Stalin, and my entire team is here. And there is also Mr. Baris Elderam from SSAB, who is in the mill. He is also joining. So if at all you have any doubts at the end of the seminar, you can put us through. We'll try to answer it to our fullest capabilities. And we also have our Swedish Semi Steel team, with Jonas Hogstrom, who is our managing director. He is also available online. He has a rich experience of working in the mill for 10 years. So we have a strong team in which, based on experience, we'll be able to address what and all queries you have. So through the discussion of this webinar, if at all you have any queries to be raised, please note it down. So at the end of the seminar, we're allocating 10 to 15 minutes for your questions, and you can raise it on that time. So we are Swedish Semi Steel. We supply special steel and complete wear solutions in the Middle East and Indian subcontinent. We are based in Bangalore. We have a warehouse and cutting facility in Bangalore, along with a sales office in Pune, with customers being spread across the country. Swedish Semi Steel also offer highly localized and technical service to the customers. So it is not only that we sell a product, we give quality and prompt service. And our relationship with the SSAB, the mill, is very strong, and we have a 2-decade-long relationship with them. So Tulox is produced from blast furnace. As you can see, this is a blast furnace from the mill. So it is not from arc furnace. So the input material is not scrap, it's a virgin material. So with the input material and stringent manufacturing capabilities the mill has, we are able to produce high quality pre-hardened tool steel. We'll see how through the course of the seminar. Hot slabs coming out of the rolling mill. So this slide gives you the crux of the entire R&D of how the material is being made. So this is the quenching phase of the material. As you can see, from red hot condition, it changes to room temperature in a matter of seconds. So the metal has been taken to a martensitic phase and quenched very rapidly, where they're able to achieve the properties, unique properties of Tulox. Tulox. Tulox is a multi-purpose, ready-to-use engineering tool steel. It is based on a high-strength, low-lie concept. You have two different grades in the material, 33 and 44. And 33 is in 30 HRC pre-hardened tool steel. And 44, Tulox 44 is in 45 HRC pre-hardened tool steel. Both the grades we have mentioned toughness value of 100 joules and toughness of 30 joules for the respective materials. For the simple reason, you would not get a tool steel wherein which it has both hardness, higher hardness as well as high toughness. So that is the unique property that we are trying to blend and give it to customer so that it address all the high application requirements of each and every customer. So as I said earlier, it is produced by SSAB. They have been known for making high strength steels for more than 100 years. So it comes in both forms of both plates as well as bars. So plates comes from 5 mm to 165 mm and bars from 16 to 353 mm, which has been available locally. So now, so this picture will give you a rough idea what the material can use. So you might have seen about or heard or used about normal P20, P20, high hard, D2, H13. So now you have only one grade of material with two different hardnesses, which if chosen rightly, based on the application, you can use it as a multi-purpose steel. You can use it in plastic modes. You can use it in cold forming, hot forming, as well as various machine components. Because with Tulox, you not only get, and this graph gives you an idea of how the milling speed and insert life has been calculated between Tulox 33 and a regular P20. So what difference does a Tulox 33 and regular P20 has? In the making Tulox 33, as I said, it has low carbon and the alloying element is very low along with it. So the carbides in the material is very less. So carbides has its own pros and cons. In this, when we have low carbides, you are able to easily run through your tool through the material. So with whatever tooling you use for your regular P20, if you use the same tool, you'll be able to increase the milling speed of that tool by 40%. If you say that, okay, fine, I don't want to increase speed, my speed is okay, fair enough. You can keep the speed as similar and increase your insert life when using the same tooling for P20. So that's the question that the Tulox gives you in manufacturing. This graph again gives you the basic tenet which we are discussing this seminar as a whole, that how it is going to reduce the manufacturing time. You might have heard about pre-hardened P20 grade material, but Tulox 44, you can simply say that it's a pre-hardened version of both H13 as well as D2. So what you do with a normal annealed condition H13, you take it, you do all the rough CNC, fine CNC. Again, after you need to heat treat it. Again, after you need to bring back the metal and do all the correction. Again, you need to do the programming. That's not the case with Tulox 44. It is delivered to you at 45 HRC. So there is only one programming, one set of programming, one set of CNC, and one EDM. So when you calculate the total time that you take from the raw material to the finished product, you would see that without taking the heat treatment time into consideration, that you will be able to save at least 25 to 30% of your total time. So this is not the graph just like that we are coming up with. We had our own heat treatment facility in which the mill had worked along with various suppliers across the globe. So based on all the input and physically trying out between Tulox 44 and 13, we have arrived at this graph. So once your machining is done, once your things are over, you can be rest assured that you will be able to save 20 to 30% of your time only in the manufacturing. All your heat treatment time and heat treatment cost which you're going to save is your added benefit in this. So as I said, two different categories of grades, Tulox 33 and 44. So Tulox 33, you can see that it is in replacement of P20 plus nickel, 2738. And Tulox 44 can replace, it can work as an pre-hardened version of your S13 as well as D2. But Tulox 33, if you consider P20 plus nickel, ESR properties comes as a standard, which is not the case with a regular material. And the alloying element, as you can see, it's all low alloy material. Hardness being higher, toughness values is guaranteed. That's one important point that you need to note regarding Tulox. That each and every single bar and single plate is being tested, both ultrasonically. So whatever properties that we give in the TC, you can be rest assured that the property what is in the paper has been come in the material phase also. So we take a lot of pains in the testing of the material. So it's not been tested for a whole block of 100 tons. Each and every single bar and single plate is being tested for all Tulox what is available. As you can see at the bottom, the carbon equivalent values of both Tulox and Tulox 44 and 33 is less than 1, which means it is a material which will make the maintenance people very happy. Not only for the tooling requirement, but if at all you want to do any maintenance regarding welding or cutting that you want to do, Tulox has the properties which will help you to make the things very easy. This picture gives you an idea of the texturing of the Tulox. So the hardness is throughout the thickness, the hardness is similar. The matrix of the metal is very fine, thanks to the SR properties of the material. This is a test piece which has been done by Hasco. I think all mold makers who are available here, Hasco is a known name for you. So Hasco is a prominent mold maker in Europe. You can just Google Hasco and Tulox, and you can see that Hasco has recommended Tulox in their own brochure. That they have taken this piece and they compared with the regular P20 material. What they have arrived is, even though the input cost is 30 to 40% higher than regular P20, the total cost after machining hours of 70 hours, they feel they have come to a conclusion where with the total cost is, there is a saving of at least 20% in Tulox 33. And how exactly it does? Thanks to the ESR properties, and there are no hotspots in the material. Even when you do big blocks, even extensive machining when you do, there is no stress relieving that you need to do. Grinding is very less since you're going for finish machining readily. So the total costing is, even though the input cost is 30 to 40% higher, the total cost for manufacturing that same piece is much cheaper when you compare to Tulox 33. That is the kind of the help or aid that the material gives you for the tool makers. Hasco's also done measuring of Toolbox 44, because whenever we go and tell Toolbox 44 to customers, often there is a common term which says that, okay, fine, it is in 45 HRC material. How will I do the machining? How will I do the drilling? How will I do the tapping? Yes, the properties of the metal is very good, but if you use the right tooling and the parameters, which we will show you during the course of this webinar, you'll machining of Toolbox 44 is not at all a big issue. So the testing which has been done, so milling with both average speeds for hot milling is possible. The material behaves in a very good manner while delivering and thread milling of Toolbox 44, but it shows only very low tool wear. Even long hole drilling is possible. Test piece was absolutely stress free. That's the beauty of the material. There are no internal stresses in the material per se. So even when you measure the block of Toolbox extensively, you will find that all the stresses which has been generated comes out in the form of chips. Nothing goes and stays in the material. So even after extensive machining, the stress relieving is not required. So now we have talked about how the metal is being manufactured. I hope that you had a slight idea about how the metal is being manufactured and how it is going to be useful for you. So now we'll delve into plastic molding section. So we will try to show how the metal is being used for various kind of engineering plastics, as well as how the metal is being used across the globe for various different applications. Let's move. So what grade to choose in molding? So this tabulation comes up within both the different types of engineering plastics that you use normally for your production and what grade of material that you need to choose. So if it is, for example, if it is PP, maybe Toolbox 33 is more than enough. If it is ABS, Toolbox 44 is more than enough. If it is glass fill fiber, then you need to go Toolbox 44 plus nitriding. So depending upon your application and the kind of volume you're expecting out of that mold, you can choose the respective materials. Surface engineering. Okay, fine. I mean, you may ask me a question. Okay, Toolbox 44 comes with 45 HRC, but my mold requires, or my inserts require 50 HRC, 58 HRC, 60 HRC. What should I do? Then I cannot use Toolbox? No, that's not the case. That's how Toolbox being used. Toolbox is a very good engineering substrate for all kind of surface treatment. So at 45 HRC, you can do nitriding, PVD coating, induction hardening, as well as laser hardening also, which is an upcoming thing in on the automotive field. So with nitriding, you'll be able to achieve 58 to 62 HRC. PVD coating, you can achieve 70 plus HRC. Induction hardening also, you can achieve 50 to 57 HRC. But added thing is you'll be able to achieve a case depth of 3 to 5 mm. So whatever surface treatment requirements or whatever your hardness requirement of your inserts, you need not worry. Toolbox will come in handy for you with no problem. This is one of the furniture dies which is made with Toolbox 44. The previous metal being 320 high hat at 38 HRC. So they are made with Toolbox 44. The previous issue for the customer was, since they are making a big tool, they had faced issues regarding deformation and distortion, which was solved easily by Toolbox 44 without any issues. This is a polished pot from Tulux, made from Tulux 44. This picture just gives you an illustration of how much polishability that Tulux 44 can do. But there is a caveat in that. I mean, the value for polishability that we can recommend is around 5000 mesh in diamond paste. If you are requiring much heavier polishing, say for example 2000 mesh or 1000 mesh, then we would not recommend Tulux 44. Up to 5000 mesh diamond polishability, you can very well use it, which I think is more than sufficient for most of the mirror parts and automotive segments. This is a plastic cover mold which is manufactured in India. The previous material being had started in ESR grade material. With Tulux 44, there was no heat treatment involved. Directly at 45 HRC, they had manufactured. So right after manufacturing, the customer comment being that they're able to manufacture very quickly with a saving time of more than a week. That's the saving that the metal can give to you. It's a plastic part that's been made. You can see the part being very big and long. Here the number of pieces which is required is only 5000 to 10,000. But the closing force of the injection press is 300 tons. And weight of the component is also heavy. It's close to 500 grams. So whatever applications that you have, whatever restrictions that you have, that you feel that your material is not able to adhere to that, Tulux 44 comes in handy with all the required things. This is a hearing aid which has been made with Tulux. It's from Turkey. So you think of a product from automotive to food processing to healthcare, whatever product comes into your mind, Tulux can come in handy in each and everything. That's how versatile the metal can be. So we'll see some of the measuring parameters of Tulux. So the SSAB along with the SMS, we have made a complete tooling recommendation for Tulux material for different grades, what kind of inserts that you need to use, which manufacturer that you need to use for optimal results. So we can share it with you, those who are interested in the same, at the end of the meeting. So it's a complete booklet which gives you a complete data about what are the values that you need to use to get the best results. So it has given both minimum and maximum values. So you can do a trial and error within that values, and you can come and give your optimal values. So tapping recommendation. So both for blind holes and through holes, we have the recommendation. But tapping is recommended only for machine tap, that is from M5 to M20. Anything below M5, we don't recommend machine tap. We recommend thread milling for anything below M5. Some of the tool recommendations for Tulux drilling. So when you slide, you might see that, okay, fine, these are all expensive suppliers. These are only recommendations from our side to give you an idea about drilling various kind of metal is very much possible with Tulux. You can just ask your present tooling supplier to give them anything equivalent to this grade. and they will be able to give it. Because we also understand the concerns of the customer. So we have worked with many customers in India also, wherein which we have worked with them and we have come up with local solutions. Though we don't recommend hand tapping, but I think that's the thing with most of the customers. So we have even found solution for hand tapping with Trulux 44. High-speed milling is also possible, as you can see. The insert lifetime is 180 minutes in this. The volume of chip removed is 160 square centimeter per minute. Even when you do extensive deformation, extensive measuring, the deformation is very small, that is less than 0.1 mm on flatness. Even after your extensive machining, the surface quality is so good such that even additional polishing would not be required. This is a traditional milling. I think Walter tools, which is available throughout the country, you can use it. The deformation and flatness is 0.4 mm during rough milling, which I think is easily manageable. So I will share you one video. As you can see, the drill depth being 25 mm, carbide drills been used here. So when you use the right tooling and parameters, machining of Trulux is absolutely no problem. Even long hole drilling is possible. So this one thing you can try to do with Trulux 44, that the angle of the drill, instead of 120 degrees, you can grind it to 180. Drill depth for 230 mm for this. Even small and complex holes can be made. This video will give the demonstration for that. So as you can see, even small holes with absolute precision can be made with Trulux 44. Absolute no problem regarding the hardness of the material. So this is in fast milling. You can see how fast the melting. So that was a video which demonstrated the fact that Tulux 44 drilling or tapping is absolutely is not a problem. So for those who are saying that, okay, fine, these are expensive material, I mean, expensive machines being used to bring about. So this is some of the trial that we took in the machine shop. You could see the chips being very bluish in color, what's been given. So as we have completed with the machining parameters and various activities on how the drilling and tapping being done, let's now delve into how Tulux can be used for cold forming applications. Tulux is very interesting metal as like any other application, but particularly for press tools, it can value the metal properties in different areas where you are facing issues. We'll see one by one how it is going to help you out. So this is a Tulux used in cold forming die. So as you can see in this particular picture, that SSAB's Tulux cleanliness level is very, very superior and almost equal or even less than ESR grade steel. So as I said in the beginning, Tulux 44, you can say that it's a pre-hardened version of your cold working tool steel. It's a pre-hardened version of your D2, D2 which is available at 45 HRC. That's the new mantra with Tulux. So how we are able to achieve this? The world-class metallurgy makes it possible for SSAB to produce the tool steels with a cleanliness similar to the high-quality ESR tool steel. It's possible to combine both the high hardness as well as high strength material, which in turn can give you greater benefits like crack resistance and absolutely better machining properties when compared to your traditional tool steels. So as I said, Tulux can be, you can say that it's a pre-hardened version of your D2. So it is delivered at 45 HRC to you. The toughness guaranteed is 18 joules. So you couldn't find any D2 metal, those who give toughness as a guarantee. Okay, for those who are asking, okay, fine, what I'm going to do with toughness, in what way it is going to help me out? As I have deliberated earlier, the higher the toughness value of the material, the better is its ability to resist against cracking of the die. So if your die has been made with Trulux, and if you are having cracking issues in your previous die, Trulux 44 can immediately address this issue without any doubt. So it's a low alloy material, and once again the carbon equivalent is less than 1 for Trulux, which is way 4 times higher for D2, so which in turn helps you in easy maintenance of the die, as well as thermal cutting is also possible. So this graph gives you an idea about how the sheet metal can be used for various thicknesses. The grades being Trulux 33, 40, and 44. So 33 and 44 generally fits into most of the applications. So anything between your sheet metal of 0 to 6 mm, Trulux 44 plus nitriding or induction hardening is more than sufficient for all forming, drawing, and bending applications. But if at all your sheet metal thickness is higher than 6 mm up to until 10 mm, then we will recommend you to go for induction hardening. Since the surface depth, what you achieve through induction hardening is 3 to 5 mm, that gives you much better wear resistance when compared to even nitriding. So if you cross more than 10 mm, so 10 to 15 mm, you can use again induction hardening, whereas nitriding and PVD is not been recommended. This is an interesting application that we did with Trulux. It's also close to my mind, as this was our first major project that we did for an OEM. So as you would see that this is a two-wheeler fuel tank die. The previous solution being casting plus chrome plating. But one issue what they faced, not all tool making, but in the production was that after every 50,000 to 80,000 shots, that you need to recoat your die which was made out of casting. So the life of the die being 1 million shots, for almost 10 to 15 times that the die has to come out of the manufacturing plant to the nearby city for coating. And there was a 2 weeks of production loss every time that the die comes out. With Trulux, it was a single monoblock. The weight of the tool was 1 ton. As you can see, we have scooped out almost 500 kgs out of it. No distortion, nothing. We have done nitriding at 550 degrees centigrade. No problem with the distortion. We were able to match it and put it into use. So Trulux 44 plus nitriding, last we have heard that it has run around 5 to 6 lakh shots without any recoating required. So another example for Trulux. This is another interesting thing, wherein which 1 million parts have been produced over a period of 5 years. So it also speaks about volumes about the longevity of the material. Adding to that, what you have is a single piece monoblock. So if at all you want to manufacture the similar die with D2 or any other cold working steel, I'm for sure that you'll segment it into 5 different pieces or 6 different pieces. So what you do? So you do 5 to 6 different times of machining, 6 times programming, designing, as well as 6 different times of commissioning, which is also an added cost. Why to spend extra when Trulux can address those kind of issues? So the corners, the fatigue cracks, whatever usually comes with regular metal, it can address with Trulux 44 without any issues. One more application of monoblocks on both the ends. So Trulux 44 plus nitriding, 8 lakh components we have produced. No VR, it is still under production. So this is an interesting part of the where the material properties can be used. So as I have been all along saying, that Trulux 44, the carbon equivalent of metal is very, very less, which means that both the so this is an 100 Trulux 33 block, which has been gas cut just like that. So if you have any profile of inserts which need to be manufactured, you can directly go for profile mix, and you can just machine out 5 to 6 all the heat affected zone. Then your piece is ready. No cracking problems. Subsequent machining can be solved, and you can think of the kind of manufacturing time that these kind of operations can save you. Directly go for plasma cutting, directly machine it for 5 6 your insert is ready. And this is the component which has been made. So one more application for you. So progressive die, 7.5 galvanized. So another example in which this shows you about cutting dies, which can be used with Trulux. So as you can see in this particular slide, the initial metal used in D2, but at 20,000 pieces for this particular material, the failure mode being cracking. It was on 0.9 sheet metal cutting. So then Trulux 44 along with induction hardening was roped in. Up to 50,000 pieces, no wear. Even up to 80,000 pieces, it went on well. But at 8,000 piece, there was a failure mode, but it was only wear, not cracking. So again, I reiterate, any issues that we have along for cracking with any of your current material, then Trulux 44 is an absolute friend for you. Again, trimming of forged material, 4 to 4.5 mm thickness. Even expensive metal were used. They had faced an issue of wear. Compared to that, Trulux 44 plus nitriding gives you much better life than your regular items. These are some of the components which we made using laser hardening. So this is an interesting piece of information that this is a cutting die, wherein which the sheet metal thickness was 8 mm and 800 megapascal. The previous metal being vanities for E. These are the components manufactured out of that. What they faced was for every, even with the expensive metal, for every 20,000 shots, they need to regrind it. But with Trulux 44 plus laser hardening, you could achieve 60 to 62 HRC with a case depth of 1 to 2 mm. We have done almost 1 lakh shots without any regrinding. And now that's a big benefit for you. So we also have some of laser hardening facility available in India. So we are working closely with them. And so far, whatever we worked on, we're able to get more or less similar results, what you have got globally out of laser hardening along with Trulux 44. So this is a laser hardening of a 4-meter long shearing blade. So the beauty of this laser hardening, I mean, any procedure per se, is that you will be able to adjust the width of the bandwidth of your beam according to your application. So where exactly is your requirement, you can increase your hardness at that particular moment. Nothing more, nothing less. So as I said, I mean, can be used for die castings also. So die casting along with every other machine components can be replaced. This was a die just made in India. Previous metal being S30 ESR replaced by Trolux 44. So we have come to the fag end of our webinar. So if I need to sum it up, our key takeaways from this. From the webinar, you would have now come to a conclusion the kind of quality and stringent measures that we take to produce this high quality steel. For every tool maker, what you have is you have a material not only for your regular P20, but even if you're using high grade of S13 or D2, there is no need of heat treatment for you. So you can save your money and time. You would have all known about pre-hardened version of P20 being available. I think now you have a good idea about pre-hardened version of S13 and D2 being available. So as I said, since it has multiple specialities and properties of the material with high hardness, toughness, and strength, it can be used for multiple applications. And we have also discussed various case studies from across the globe. So I have done with the presentation. Thanks everyone for your patient listening. And if you have any more queries, you can please write to this email, or now it's a time for you to raise your queries.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Come here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to know about H13. The HRC is for what one material we are using for H413 with a hardness of 50 to 44 HRC in one application. But if you want to use a Trolux 44 there, it's possible to increase the hardness because it's a pre-hardened steel, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, as I've been saying that, yes, it's a pre-hardened steel. So what you have is, it has been delivered to you at 45 HRC.
So we can do a nitriding or plasma nitriding over there, or the other induction hardening over there.
No, any kind of surface treatment is possible.
Okay.
Plasma nitriding, gas nitriding, induction hardening, or PVD. Any kind of surface treatment is possible. So depending upon your requirement, you can increase your hardness.
Yeah. Okay.
But
and
various
thing is the turning recommendation booklet.
Yeah.
If you send us the turning recommendation booklet, that will be a great for us.
No problem, sir. I will share it.
In some cases, the supplier or vendor always complaining about the machining, and they are sometimes they require more time for machining these parts.
Sure.
It will help us to send some information to them also.
Obviously. So that's the thing about this, because as we have been discussing, even though that we have recommended from SECO or ISCAR prominent suppliers, not necessarily, if you go along with them, well and good, but if you're not able to get the required thing, you can just ask your current cutting supplier to give anything equivalent to that, whatever been recommended.
Okay.
That would make your
work
very easy. Yeah.
And one of the cases in Stalin, what we are using one Trolux model for piercing die.
Yeah.
And the component thickness is about 7 to 8 mm. Add per your recommendation of plasma nitriding. After that, the die is working well there.
Yes, yeah, that's great to know. Yes,
yeah,
sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any other queries, sir, from anybody else? We'd be more than pleased. We have people from the mail also available, even if I'm not able to understand. Or any other queries, gentlemen?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Stalin, this is Prakash Gonagar. I'm from Sansera Engineering.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We are into hot forging. So your presentation has said that it will be used for hot also.
Yeah.
But there are no examples you shared about hot forging.
Sure, sir. I mean, I can share it with you, but if
Yeah.
you have any specific things, I can tell.
So basically we use round as well as rectangular blocks
Okay.
and more complex parts.
Okay.
So I know H13 and that DIN 2714, but they are the most of the only two categories we use it.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you just let us know how we can support in finding it out better than this.
Sure, sir. Sure. Sure. I mean, I will come back to you on this, but what I can give you right now is, so as you said that you're using both 2714 and H13. Tulux
H13, but we H13 we use round. So
yeah, no problem. I mean, Tulux is also available rounds, both rounds and flats.
okay.
Yeah, from 16 to 353 we have in rounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is that? I mean, it can be used both for hammer forging as well as precision forging. So if it is hammered, you can right away use it without any issues. If it is H13, precision forging, we need to see the drawing and then we'll accordingly we can suggest.
Okay. Okay.
But it can well be used. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So,
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello, Stalin sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm Vinod Deshmukh from Tata Fico, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Thank
we are using for the steel for plastic injection molds. Okay.
Okay.
We are in 2-3 molds. But major of the molds are having chemically etching, that is texture.
Okay. Okay.
So, how is the chemical etching property of the steel?
Regarding chemical etching, I think I would ask Baris help in this. Baris, are you available?
Yes, also yours. Hello to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then also, Tulux is that easily make a chemical etching or the etching process. Also, you have one picture study in the beginning, which shows the etching capability of Tulux. Because of high microcleanness and also homogeneous of the structure, we can make chemical etching easily.
Okay, that means chemical etching process is require the same which is required for the other steel, which are harder.
Yes, you don't need a special process or something. You don't need to be too careful for this.
No need to change the chemical composition or the chemical concentration.
Normally, it's most of our customers comparing with the H13 or P20 high-hat, and they are using same procedure. Yes, same procedure, nothing special.
Okay.
Thank
you. And sir, where is this laser hardening process available nearby?
So it's available in Pune, sir.
Pune?
Okay. Yeah. There is one center which is for laser hardening. We are undergoing test. We can share you, sir. No problem.
Yeah. Okay. I will get the detail from Madan. Okay.
Yeah. Sure, sir. Sure. Thanks. Sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And there is one more question from Mr. Mohan. So Mr. Mohan is asking about round punches. So yes, as I had said in the webinar, that Tulux 44 is available both in rounds as well as flats. So rounds starts from 16 mm 1/6, to 353. So what we have in our Bangalore stock is that from 16 to 200, we will have it readily available. All bigger sizes will be against order. So our production range is from 16 to 353. But what we have it in India is from 16 to 200 mm.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I have one more query also, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, can you explain a little bit about the welding properties, sir? So why? Because we are doing most of the welding pictures, and some of the forming tools we are doing by joining the metals by welding. So can you explain a little bit about the welding properties, sir, of this 2X material?
Yes, sir. See, as I said, I mean, what you do, sir, injection molding or press tools?
We are doing in the stamping industries, actually,
Yeah, stamping
cold forming
yeah.
tools.
Yeah, sure, got it. So as I informed you, sir, so when you compare to a normal D2 material that you will be using, a traditional D2 material, you would find that the carbon equivalent of the material of D2 is very high when compared to Tulux. Okay, fine. What it is going to do for me, if you ask me. So lesser the value of the carbon equivalent, which means higher is your ability of the material to accept both welding as well as this thermal cutting. So I showed you a video wherein which it is cutting a material, right? Have you seen any tooth which can be cut? So that's the benefit. So if it can cut that material, joining is also not a big problem. So any SS rods can be used for your welding. So both welding as well as cutting, thermal cutting and thermal input is not a problem for the material. So it has its inbuilt properties which can take that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And one more question from Mr. Ashish. So is stress relieving needed at different stages of die casting? Yes. So while manufacturing of these tools, you don't require stress relieving, as I had deliberated on the material, I mean during the presentation. But during production, yes, there you need to follow the same principle, whatever you had followed for the other materials. So after every 10,000 shots or 15,000 shots, whatever timeline that you have bifurcated, you need to follow the same thing. There is nothing out of the ordinary for Tulux. Working stress, yes, you need to relieve it, but machining stress, you need not relieve it. So, any other questions? I'll be more than pleased to answer it.
Stanley, this is once again Prakash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Somewhere you mentioned that the Tulux 44 used for the trimming operations.
Yes.
Is it holds good for hot trimming operations also?
Yes, sir.
But if with 44 HRC, I think it will get blank.
No, you need to use nitriding.
We to use nitriding.
Yes.
Okay.
So because I mean that's how it comes in handy. So depending upon how much hardness that you want for your tool, and what is the case of depending upon the sheet metal that you are piercing. What is the sheet metal thickness?
It is not sheet metal. It is. I'm talking about hot forging.
Yeah, forging. Yeah, no problem. So Tulux 44 plus nitriding should be fine.
Okay.
So it can achieve up to 58 to 62 HRC. I think that should be more than enough for you.
No, but basically it gives the load, at cutting load at the edges. So that is how.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
It is not a wear. It is a load factor I'm talking about.
No, I mean, as far as we are concerned, wherever we have worked, I think load is not a factor which is in
trimming edges I'm talking about.
This slide which you are talking about. Hello?
I think I can add something, Stalin.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Barish speaking. I think I can They can both do nitriding to the trimming tool, or they can do also with this tool size. The depends on the final part size or the dimension. They can do both laser hardening or induction hardening to get the thick hard layer. Then it can resist again the deformation. Maybe he's afraid to deformation risk at 45 HRC.
Yeah.
In that case, this laser hardening and induction hardening can give deeper hardness profile, which is from 2 millimeter to the 4 millimeter. It is enough for against the deformation risk. Of course, it depends on the flash thickness for the trimming. If it is 4, 5, 6 millimeter and hard edge, then it can be useful induction or laser. Or he can send us a picture of the tool or the parts or the trimming tool, then we can discuss on the real example.
Yeah, sir. I mean, if you have a part which you can share with us, then we can suggest us accordingly for this. Sir? Hello? Okay, so we are having another question from Mr. Ravindra Pawar. So, blanking piercing. So he is asking about piercing of 10 mm and above. So you have two different solutions for this. Either you can go for Tulux 44 plus induction hardening, or Tulux 44 plus laser hardening. So there you will be able to find blank 10 mm and above. You can do up to 15 mm. Any other questions, sir? So I think if there is no other questions, we can close
Hello.
it here. Hello. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes.
myself Purushottam.
Yes, sir.
In sheet metal, in
Yes.
progressive tool, if
Uh-huh.
if component material is SS
Uh-huh.
and sheet thickness is more than 0.8 mm,
Mm-hmm.
can it cut that tool?
Yeah, yes, sir. Tulux 44 plus induction hardening can do your work.
And after hardening, Tulux
Mhm.
44 and induction hardening, what
Mhm.
is the hardness of cutting punches?
50 to 55 to 57 with an case depth of 3 to 5 mm.
If component we need 5 lakhs or 10 lakh components
Mhm.
from tools, can it
Mhm.
possible?
Sir, if I say yes, that would become very generic. What I would suggest you is that yes, it is possible. Suppose if your regular D2 material is giving you same shots, there is no reason why Tulux 44 will not give. What I can assure you is that you
For
can.
ESS,
Mhm.
there is a heavy production in
Okay.
sheet metal quantity. That
Okay.
time we use HSS
Yeah, no.
HSS for cutting punches.
Oh, okay. HSS use. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because in at the time of production,
Mm-hmm.
machine run in 250 to 300 SPM.
Okay. So how many parts do you manufacture per day?
Per day depends upon customer requirement, but 1 lakh or
Average
2 lakhs.
per day.
Yeah,
Okay.
in Minda switches
Okay.
for all the connectors,
Mm-hmm.
it can be used.
Yes, sir. Tulux can work. And what I would suggest is, I mean, I think we can.
Toolx can work, but
Yeah.
what is the regrinding timing?
Yeah, that's what we spoke about. I mean, if you use Toolx plus laser hardening, you can bring down your regrinding time to more than half. So I mean, that's it can give lasting life when you compare to your current material.
You have case study of like this?
Yeah, so that's what I shared you with this. I mean, the one stamping die which I shared you, that was 8 mm sheet with 800 MPa megapascal of the tensile strength of the material. I mean, of the sheet. So previously they were using Venedis for 4E, which is an expensive metal like HSS.
Yes.
But for every 20 to 25,000 shots, they were regrinding it. Though the life of the metal was very high, but for every 25,000 shots, they need to regrind it. Wherein which Toolx 40 plus laser hardening, even up to 1 lakh shots, they were not able to. They didn't require for regrinding to be done. So that's where it can help you with in this.
Okay.
Sure, sir, sure. So any other questions from anybody? I think there are no further questions. I mean, you can always write to us. You have our email IDs. So if there is any questions apart from, if you're not able to address it here, we'll be more than pleased to.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, can I know something about laser hardening?
Yes, sir. We can share. I mean, what details that you want that you would. Like?
We are into sheet metal tooling.
Okay. Okay.
We are from Classic Molds and Chennai.
Okay. Okay.
In Chennai, you are having any laser hardening facilities?
Sir, Chennai we have it. I mean, there are laser hardening facilities, sir, but they are not proper in the sense they sell laser hardening machines, so they have a small setup where they do it. But if you want a proper setup wherein the die can be manufactured, I mean, laser hardening give it to you, you need to come to Pune.
Pune only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
can you share this PPT, please?
Yeah, sir. I mean, whatever I can share, I will share it with you. No problem.
Okay, please, sir. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thanks for attending, sir. Thank you.
Hello, Stalin sir, Mohan here.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And sir, I have one more query. Actually, as of now, we are getting some standard ready-made punches in the D2 and some other material grades. So in future, can we get the same support from Toolx so that we can purchase the standard readily finished punches, round punches and some rectangle punches, so that we can directly put it into the assembly? So is that support can we get from the SME Steel?
So what's the thickness that I mean, what is the thickness?
It's not a thickness actually. It's in terms of size. So for example, we are using some standard punches. So for example, it's a diameter of 10 mm and the length will be 100 mm. It is having some shoulder on the top.
Okay.
So like this kind of punches we are getting in D2 material and some other tool material, HSS kind of material. We are
as a ready-made thing.
Ready-made punches, yes. So the same support that can we get from the Toolx?
So I mean, sir, right now we are not doing it. I mean, we can always check and let you know whether
in future.
Possible. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So
that's what I
if it is.
Yeah, I will get you the details from you. So we will check from our side what can be done, and we'll reply you accordingly, so that we can say to you, I mean, what we can do and what we cannot. All possible help.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So I think we have. If there is no other questions, any questions from anybody else? Baris, I need your support. We have one more question. Hello.
Yes, I can help you.
Yeah. It's from Sansara again. In hot forging flash thickness from 1.5 mm to 3 mm.
Yeah.
I
think
if it is applicable.
Yeah, this is applicable. So,
yeah.
Yes.
If it is applicable, can we reuse by building cutting edge welding?
Yes, definitely, no problem, because of the low carbon equivalent value. they can make the hard facing to the cutting edge. Then they can use for the trimming the tool. Then because the tool locks can easily, the welding can easily penetrate the tool locks, then they can use that hard layer, depends on the electrodes, consumables. Then they can create a hard layer on tool locks without any problem.
Okay. I think we have answered that question. Thank you. Thank you, Baris.
You're welcome.
So any other questions, sir, from anybody else?
Also, I can add Stalin. We have a welding brochures they can download from our website.
Okay.
Then they can find also many different consumables and also welding methods which is suitable for tool locks. And also they can find some recommendation about the thermal cutting process.
Okay. Sure. So any other questions from any of the participants? Okay, so thanks a lot from myself and team SMS for your active participation from every one of you. Hope the information, whatever we have shared, was useful. And we are there always. You can contact us through mail or contact number. So we have tried to address all the questions that you have posted privately in the chat. So whichever questions that we are not addressed, I think we have covered everything. So whatever things you asked, we'll try to come and reach you personally. So for more, you can use this email ID if you want to convey any messages. And once again, I thank everyone for attending meeting. And I provide a special thanks to Baris for his support as always, and everyone around. Thank you one and all. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you for the organization.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining with us.